Hello, community! And let me start with a short story how we came to Shopware TV. And I remember it was about 5 months ago, must be the first Friday in March this year. Stefan and I were at our open space on the 5th floor, so 5 levels above from where we're now. So you saw we are on the ground floor currently. And above you have this beautiful view over the landscape of shopping. For example, where you can see some farmers. But anyway, we discussed the Shopware Partner Day and the Shopware Community Day stuff. Yeah, and just Stefan asked me, come on, there's still room for more. I remember. And he said, let's produce a cinema film like we did in the past. And I answered, are you kidding me? Are you crazy? I mean, all the cinemas are closed because of the COVID situation. And he said, okay, let's make a Netflix series then. Said and done. Now we're already at episode 6. I missed my clicker, sorry for that. So, and this is what it looks like. I would say suitable for living rooms. And 2 series are currently available. And with Shopware TV, we want to inspire. We focus on the people. I want to tell the story behind them. Varied human experiences in an ever-evolving world of digital commerce. And the whole thing in an entertaining way. Yeah, just like a real series on TV. And I'm pleased that it is so well received by you, because the episodes have been viewed over 50,000 times. And what I find even more impressive is that we have hits from over 81 countries. I mean, how many bags of popcorn must have been eaten while watching the show? I don't know, a lot. And I'm happy to announce a new series coming this year called Spotlight. And with Spotlight, we focus on merchant stories. What was the motivation to start the business? The challenges, the secrets of success. So, we're looking for the most exciting stories. And if you also have an exciting story, we're super happy to get in touch with you. And maybe you and your story are one of the next episodes of Spotlight. Like in the last episode you've just seen, it's all about humans. It's about inspiration and collaboration. We, the people, we're one community to build together something truly remarkable. I mean, it's the people who make the product, the people who build the shop, who build the experience, the extraordinary. You are Shopware. You use it, and you develop it further. Shopware is now available in over 29 languages and has been further developed not only by us, especially by you. Over 260 community developers. And we're truly grateful that you keep pushing Shopware forward. And here are just a few of our many contributors I want to highlight. Thank you very much for supporting us with discussions, by challenging decisions, and of course, your awesome contributions. You help us every day to improve our software, which everyone will benefit from. And for me, this is the true open source spirit. And in addition to today, there are many more of super cool events out there. So, for example, we had the Boost Days and App Days. We started in the middle of last year with more than 1,000 participants. Or our International Partner Day with an amazing exchange, also with more than 1,000 participants. From Brooklyn to Minsk to Melbourne, all over the world. Yeah, and 2 additional community events coming up. So the Shopware United Days in Poland, for example, will take place at the 27th until 28th of September. And the first Shopware United event in UK take place on October the 7th. And more information, please go under shopwareunited.com. And we have the first unconference from the founders of the Magento unconference. And that will take place in April next year in Cologne. So you can always find all these community events on our website under shopware.com. Sure. Yeah, and we've also really scaled our Shopware crew. Since the beginning of 21, more than 80 plus people have been hired, and many more will follow to fulfill our vision. So we're now far more than 300 people. So a huge welcome to the great Shopwarians who recently joined our global team. Open, authentic, and visionary. Yeah, and again, for me, it's all about people. I mean, our exchange and our work together that enables us to achieve this multitude of solutions, features, and improvements, some of which you have been patiently waiting for in the last few months. And do you know how to unleash the ultimate power of collaboration? Yes, sure. Through maximum transparency and openness. We believe in open source, limitless and independent, in an open, transparent community. And our promise is, we're always open, you're always free. Open and open source has always shown that it can change and advance whole industries. So, let's lead the change. I mean, we the people, we build the exceptional. Only through maximum openness, we are able to do what we dream, have the freedom to innovate, the freedom to explore new horizons. And I'm super happy and proud to see what you're able to build with our platform. Outstanding shopping experiences that spread excitement and joy at any time, any place, and any device. Everything we do is part of our vision to bring outstanding digital shopping moments into everyone's life. Like this one, with apples from Italy. An explosive treat for your taste buds? It's joy and fun, discovering the different tastes, discovering the guides, yeah, and a whole world of apples to explore. Or this one, probably the most sustainable fashion brand in the world. And that is Armed Angels. And Armed Angels radically rethink fashion, you know, against toxins, against fast fashion, super direct, authentic, and with a seamless customer experience. Or this new case from Miele. And Miele started with Shopware to offer kitchen appliances to rent. For me, a perfect example going with the changing consumer behavior. And more famous and renowned brands trust in Shopware. Like Tamaris, for example, from the Wortmann Group, New Balance, or Baby One, where we have a separate talk today, I can definitely recommend to you. It's fantastic to see what has been built with Shopware. So many different industries, use cases, and wonderful customers and brands. All in all, more than 100,000 shops based on Shopware. And our customers have rapidly scaled their commerce business with Shopware. In 2020, all Shopware platform transactions totaled over 12 billion euros. So we see a hyperspeed growth, of course, accelerated by the COVID situation. And overall, some even say we have jumped ahead by about 5 years or more. Even as economies open up again, we all know these changes are here to stay. I mean, things aren't going back to the way they were. And we continue to see this development in our figures. The forecast for this year is an incredible 16 billion euros. Believe it or not, 8 billion alone was reached by the middle of the year. And that being said, it has never been a better time for even more growth. And I'm convinced open and collaboration leads to success. There's still so much more potential in the commerce sector. I think we're still at the very beginning because the pack of cards has been reshuffled. So, today and in the future, we see 3 main pillars of change that affect the market. And the first one is about the consumer behavior. Expectations are higher than ever. The behavior changing faster and faster. The way we buy, what we buy, and the mindset in which we buy has changed fundamentally forever. Especially with a focus on our younger generations who want to shop across all types of all channels all the time. So let's have a closer look how this generation's breakdown regarding workforce and of course their buying power. Well, and I found this generation report from Deloitte. And what you see here is 2015. Can you guess what will happen in the next few years? By 25, the millennials and the Generation Z will be the major forces in consumption in the future. And this development is certainly positive for the economy. I'm pretty sure we will see a huge surge in growth in the upcoming years. And I guess most of us think Amazon is the main winner of digital commerce, right? Yes, I think that's true. I think that's true to a certain extent. Because if we have a look to our younger generation again, we can see that they don't use Amazon as the first entry point to find products, orientation, and identification. They have had enough of the same-looking product listings with mostly copied or fake products that tell the stories, where inspiration doesn't exist. They're looking for brands and companies that have values and attitude. They start with social media. The TikToks, the Instas, the WhatsApps, the YouTubes, the Facebooks, and so on. I mean, social story tells, inspires, and leads them to new brands and websites. They trust more and more new brands and give them a go. And the second main pillar is about products and business models change. The way customers handle products, the way they use them. And this, of course, has a direct impact on the business model as a retailer. For example, long-life products or reused products like in the fashion industry. For a second life cycle for more sustainability. Or we see these customized products. You know, people willing to pay more for products which will fit perfectly and highlight their individuality. Or for example, the challenge between own something versus rent something or sharing. Like the Miele case I showed before, or car manufacturers, for example, are renting out cars directly to consumers. And what about the sports industry? Where the role of sports goods businesses likewise have shifted to helping people become better athletes by providing access to equipment, access to technology, access to coaching, and communities of like-minded consumers. So, consumption means having access to products or services. And services connect consumers. We see manufacturers or also retailers work together with customer communities. And for me, this is a super interesting approach to develop products and services further or even from scratch with them. Thanks to people and communities working together and inspiring each other, the extraordinary emerged. They think products right digital and connected from the start. They think products sustainable and meaningful and more personal to support individuality. Yeah, that affect products and the business models and will bring us so much more opportunities going forward. And the third main pillar is the change of brand awareness. I mean, brand loyalty is not longer a given. More and more traditional brands are seriously challenged by fresh, elaborate approaches or new kids on the blocks who come into the game or disrupt the game like direct brands can do. They're going to increase their share of the market fast. I mean, before it was pretty easy. You could almost think about it as what does the overall price look like and the quality of the item and what is the trade-off I'm making. Now, how we evaluate what something is worth is so much more multidimensional. Customers are looking beyond tangible products and actually trying to understand what is it that makes a company tick? What is its mission? What's the purpose? And what is it actually trying to build for us as a society? So, taking a stance and purpose is not an option anymore. It is needed. And with a view of the overall competition, a good position and brand differentiation is becoming increasingly difficult for companies. So, acquisition strategies have never been more similar. Time to copy success has never been faster. Difference between good and bad has never been smaller. And the good thing is, there's one point that can make the difference. And what could that be? Of course, that is your brand. It is more important than ever to create a sustainable and unique brand that sticks in the mind of your customer. And also, why we believe in outstanding shopping experiences, because it will benefit your brand. 3 main pillars of change, which directly affect the market. We should be attuned to 3 implications for younger generations. So consumption as access rather than possession. Consumption as an expression of individual identity. And consumption as a matter of ethical concern. It is more important than ever to bring orientation, identification, and inspiration to digital commerce. We see so many new ways to use this change. A huge opportunity to create platforms of products, services, and experiences, which not only connect customers to brands, but also provide communities. You know, it's about rethinking, recombining, or starting new business models. It has never been a better time for even more growth. And let me bring some inspiration and ideas to you, with just one example of an industry. And therefore, I picked up children's goods. Oh yeah, with 4 kids at home, I know exactly what I'm talking about. And to be honest, I always listen to my wife. Yeah, and she had told me a lot. So, in this case, let's say this is Mia. And Mia is a young mom with a baby Emily. And as a merchant, it is crucial to understand your target group. Why does she need my products? What does her day look like? What could help, support, or benefit Mia? So, sure, the first entry point and touch point is often a physical required product. And in this case, Emily wants a teddy. Makes sense, right? An additional benefit for a mom like Mia would be to show her valuable content. Bring ideas, stories, and inspiration how you can deal with children at home during these stressful COVID times. So content like do-it-yourself arts, crafts, or outdoor games. And what about more complex products? Mia is looking for a baby carrier. But she needs more information and advice. How to tie them, which stretcher is right for her body. So she could use guided video shopping to arrange a meeting where a person can present it to her. Really strong benefit, don't you think? And Mia attaches great importance to sustainability and would like to use a baby hammock. And take it from me, babies sleep damn well in these things. But she knows she can only use the expensive product for a maximum of 6 months. No problem, the retailer simply rents it out to her. And then there is the thing with the healthy diet, a priority for Mia and Emily. Cool! The retailer offers a guided step-by-step advice with age, taste, and elegance and shows her suitable foods, of course linked to suitable content pages. And the day of a mom can be damn exhausting. And of course, the retailer knows this and offers offline and online relaxation courses for this as well. Mia can easily book appointments for it in the web shop. And how cool is that? She can register for digital and live events like exchange parties for parents combined with a flea market for used products. And this is only one specific industry. What about consumer electronic? What about food and beverages? What about home and living? What about fashion? Do you see where I'm going? We see endless possibilities in the near future. And our vision is that you are free to decide and compose your business model at any time. We want to develop Shopware into a business model incubator, where your growth is in the foreground, and we provide new growth potential and components for business models in the various dimensions. You can start with your customer segment. So is it B2C, B2B, or D2C? And then what kind of product? And that's important because we believe that the future of commerce is not just moving boxes from A to B. There's a hell of more possibilities. Think digital goods, think digital services, think selling time as a service provider, think reservations, think renting, and so on. I mean, in the end, it is also a transactional business. And what kind of channel suits best? Is it a mobile shop or maybe Internet of Things only solution? And sure, where do you want to sell? What is your market? Or do you serve more markets with different brandings, content, prices at the same time? And that's why we developed Shopware as a super smart and flexible platform. Open, composable, headless, and cloud, of course. Sure, you can use it self-managed too if you want so. So, Shopware takes the central management position in the middle as a commerce hub. And then we have these two sides, and I'm pretty sure you know these two sides. On the left side, you will find the integrations. So, Shopware integrates seamlessly into your existing system landscape and infrastructure. And you have the maximum technical flexibility that is needed, so internal digital processes can be designed efficiently. And on the right side, we provide the customer and shopping experience. You're able to embed commerce into every touchpoint with no limitations. Make any touchpoint shoppable, personalize interactions, and enable continuous omnichannel journeys. Shopware is an open platform that is modular and extendable. You can use it with our integrated content management system, PIM, or order management. Yeah, or simply said, we really believe in the best-of-breed approach. Just use the best tool for your individual needs, tailor-made for you, for the best-in-class experience. And the best is, you will benefit from a huge open ecosystem with thousands of available apps to outperform your competition, to deliver best-in-class experiences. With Shopware, we have the right platform to take advantage now, to realize your true growth potential, to differentiate and outperform your competition with the right people and the right ecosystem. Shopware and its ecosystem is getting bigger and bigger. And this growth is coming from the principle of our reinforcing flywheel. And the best is everyone, all involved, will profit from it. It all starts with a good customer experience. So users are attracted to our platform for its strength, quality, and track record. And customers are looking for customization and new individual features, and therefore they start a feature request. And these features get picked up by one of our partners or developers who creates an extension or an app. Yeah, and as more specific capabilities are demanded, more agencies and developers will join the community. And this is the moment when it all starts over again, turning the Shopware ecosystem into a self-reinforcing loop. And do you know where there are already Shopware stores? Yeah, all around the world. I mean, Shopware is open source and free, so you can run your store wherever you want, right? So many new shops every day, accelerated by the reinforcing flywheel and our open commerce approach, totally community-driven. Yeah, and we're proud that Gartner included us on the metrics. Becoming part of the Gartner Magic Quadrant last year and playing a leading role in the global comparison was, to be honest, a little bit surprising for us. And pretty much 1 year on, we're excited about to announce that we are also in the Magic Quadrant report for 21 and made a great move into the right direction. So keep a close eye on our website for any further updates. What a successful trip. We are making really good progress and getting really good ratings from you, for example, at the Gartner Peer Insights. Online Marketing Rockstars in Germany has awarded us leader. And Shopware has been selected by the leading marketing and e-commerce data source, eMerce, as the best provider in fields of commercial and open source e-commerce solutions, with a top rating of 5.5 stars in both categories. Wow. And this is thanks to you. A huge thank you for your rating, for your loyalty, trust and your passion. Most of all, for your feedback and collaboration to develop Shopware into something really big. We grow together. Shopware grows fast and sustainably. And the most important asset we have is you, our community. So now let's have a closer look at our product, new upcoming features, and our roadmap. And therefore, I would like to hand over to Daniel Nögel, our component owner core. Welcome, Daniel.
Yeah, thank you, Sebastian. We heard today that Shopware grows fast and sustainable, and that our merchants outperform their competition and grow. And I guess the big question is, how do they do that? How does Shopware support the merchants? How does Shopware support you to outperform your competition and grow? From my perspective, there are two principles relevant for this. The first one is that we make commerce easy and flexible for you. And the second one is that together we make outstanding shopping experiences. So let's dive into the first pillar. How do we make commerce easy and flexible? For me, of course, technology is one really relevant aspect. For you as a merchant, you want to concentrate on your business. You just expect the technology to work. And as a development team, as a product team at Shopware, that's our mission to achieve that goal. So let me give you a glimpse what we did in the last 12 months since the last Community Day to improve on technology so that you can concentrate on your business. So as you know, Shopware uses the most state-of-the-art technologies. Of course, we are updating Shopware to be compatible with PHP 8. We are including the latest version of Symfony. Or we are also, for example, integrating Composer too. So that's not only good news for developers, it's also good news for you, because if you have the latest version of Shopware, you are running the latest technology. We also integrated the new app system. And for me, the app system is a peace of mind for you as a merchant and also for developers, because it makes writing extensions to Shopware easier, and it makes it easier to migrate, for example, between Shopware Cloud and Shopware Self-Hosted. And we are extending the system. So currently, for example, developers are able to write payment integrations for the app system or with the app system. So your favorite payment vendor might be available via an app soon. And this again means peace of mind for you, because apps are easy to update and you have no worries anymore. One point I want to especially highlight is Shopware Pass. And we're doing this with our partner Platform as H. So if you think about Shopware Self-Hosted, where you're running the servers and Shopware itself, and Shopware Cloud, we are running everything for you, basically, and so you can really concentrate on your business. Shopware Pass is the best of both worlds. On the one hand, Platform as H takes care of the servers, so you don't need to think about that. But at the same time, you can optimize Shopware as you need it for your ambitious project. So Platform as H and Shopware Pass come into play if you really want to do something special, something where you need to tweak the little details in Shopware and you really want to dive deep. So another very important topic for ease and flexibility is user experience. And let me tell you a little story. So I've a little daughter, and in the living room she has a drawing table, and every day she sits on her little child's chair and draws abstract art, basically. But sometimes she wants me to help her out and draw an elephant, for example. And she's very forgiving with my drawing skills, but I'm honest, so I'm not really good at it. So the result is not very nice. And I think this is because translating an idea into reality requires a lot of practice, a lot of knowledge, craftsmanship, tooling. And so that makes it hard. With Shopware, this is not the case, because we are providing you this exact tooling so that you can translate your idea, the idea for a shopping experience, into reality. And the result doesn't look like an elephant, which is a dog, but it is a sophisticated shopping experience that really outgrows your competition. Let me give you a few examples. So since the last Community Day, we added our form functionality. So if you are familiar with the CMS already, you will be happily using the forms because they are integrated into the CMS. And just as you create, for example, a landing page, you also can put a form into it. So it's really easy, and it helps you to achieve your goals, to translate your idea into reality. Another aspect is the site builder. As the CMS becomes more and more central, and as you use it as a central tool to tell your story, it's also very important that you are able to find things that you can organize. And so we invested a lot of time to do this, so to create a site builder that really helps you to achieve your goals. And the last example is the filters. So if you have a lot of products, a lot of customers, and a lot of orders, and I hope you do so, then of course you need to drill down. You might need to find an order every now and then, or a product. And the filters help you doing that. And they help you in a way that it really gives you a benefit because, for example, if you're selling TVs, you want to make sure that if a customer wants to spend 1,000 euros for a TV, that this TV is available in your shop. And with the filters, you can just filter down, for example, TV equipment for 500 euros and above with a stock lower than 10. So this really helps you to have a nice experience for the customer and to go forward. Another pillar I want to talk about is global expansion. And as we already heard today, Shopware used to be a very European-based company. So we are shopping here in Germany, and we have customers and partners in Italy, in the Netherlands, England, in Poland, and many other countries. But as you heard today, it's not the case anymore. Right now, a global community is forming around Shopware due to its open commerce approach, and people are using it and bringing it into other countries. And that's beneficial not only for us as a manufacturer, but also for the community and for you as a merchant. Because you can use Shopware, we know of Shopware installations in every second country of the world. And this, of course, brings a lot of functionalities to it that you can use if you want to go to these countries as well. So just let me give you 3 examples. Of course, we are handling the Brexit situation. So if you want to ship something to the UK, Shopware can be configured to that, and it will deal with the situation automatically. We included price rounding and things like decimal places. So if you want to ship to Switzerland, where they have 5-cent increments for rounding, or if you want to include Bitcoin or other currencies who have many decimal places, you can do that in Shopware out of the box. And of course, tax calculation. Tax laws are complicated, I think, not only in Germany, and Shopware has you covered because we're continually improving and adding functionality to make this easier for you. For example, to have customers with a VAT ID not being taxed. So all this is global expansion. Next up, I want to talk with you about some features we added just in the last 12 months since the last SCD. The first one is bulk edit. Then we have dynamic access, and we have the flow builder. So let's start with bulk edit. Bulk edit is a true problem solver, basically. So imagine you created 100 products, and accidentally all of them are inactive, so obviously you can't sell them. What can you do? With bulk edit, you can just go to the product listing, and you can select the products that you want to change. So currently they are inactive. I will just put my selection, and then bulk edit will ask me to confirm this selection. And once I've done this, I can edit the products. So I can, for example, set them active, change the description, assign them to a category, or change the SEO URL. So almost everything that I can do in the normal product mask, I can do here as well. And after saving, bulk edit will apply those changes to the products. And now if I refresh the landing page or the page, they are active. And for me, it's even more than just a problem solver because you can also use it as a workflow. So why not create all products inactive right away so you can concentrate on optimizing them. And then if you're happy, you will just run bulk edit and put them all active. Another example is dynamic access. And I think what's exciting on dynamic access is that it really puts the rule builder to good use. So the rule builder is available on very different places in Shopware. But in dynamic access, I guess you can get an idea of what you can actually do with it, and that's something I like a lot. So let's say I'm selling this metal box in my shop, and currently it's available for every user. But I only want to have it available for very good customers, VIP customers, for example. So I can just find the product in my admin, scroll down to the visibility section, and there you will find dynamic access. And now I can simply use the rule builder and use a predefined rule, for example, VIP customer. And after saving and refreshing the front end, this product is only available for VIP customers anymore. So it's gone for me in this example. And again, in this case, we called it VIP customer, but it could also be new customers or customer who placed orders above 1,000 euros or something like that. Or if you're running a customer relationship management, you can, in this software, also tag the customer. It will communicate with Shopware via API, and then someone working with this software can control which products the customer sees. So I guess that's really nice, and again, one just can think about the possibilities that you can realize with that. The next example is a very exciting one, at least for me, because at Shopware we're discussing about these features for 2 years straight, I guess. When we introduced the latest Shopware version, we always wanted to have that on board. And now this feature finally arrived. And so we brought the best guy in town to talk about it, which is Matthias Friedmann, the product owner responsible for this feature. Matthias, show us the flow builder.
The flow builder is dedicated to a simple insight. Every business is different. And that is certainly not a surprising discovery, but still software often seems to neglect those differences. Software usually finds rather static processes, and you and your business has to adapt to those processes. For example, there are certain events, and you have a predefined reaction for the events. Take, for example, an order has been placed, and then a confirmation email is sent. Or a new customer has been registered, and again a confirmation email is sent. Or for example, a payment has failed, and then a notification is sent. Well, this might work in many cases, but what if you have more specific requirements? What if you want to say that there is not only one confirmation email sent to your customers, but you want to mark the order as a result of a marketing campaign, and without any additional work, you have to check the order manually and mark it manually. Standard software then causes friction, leads to manual and repetitive tasks, and so consumes valuable time and in the end money. Well, Shopware 6 already gave you a lot of flexibility without the need for writing any code. We have a set of so-called business events, like an order has been placed or a new customer has been registered and so on. And those events can be combined with the rule builder right now. This already gave you much flexibility. Instead of one linear reaction, you have more options on how you want to react to an event. But very often that is still not enough. It's still quite linear. What if you want to have multiple different actions instead of just sending one email? Or if you need more control about the order and payment process itself, or if your rules are more complex and nested. This is what our no-code flow builder is designed for. The flow builder is in essence all about this. Your individual business and its differences. With the flow builder, we put you in control and not let the software control you. Instead of sticking to the process the software has defined for you, we give you control about 3 things to build your flows. That are triggers, conditions, and actions. So how does this work in combination? Let's assume you want to create a flow to handle the placement of orders more closely. So at first, you have to select a trigger, which basically defines when the flow will be executed. In our case, it would be the order placed event. In the next step, then you can choose. You can define a sequence of actions or evaluate another condition, which can be true or false. And for each case, you can choose again to evaluate yet another condition or define a sequence of actions. In our case, for example, at first, we define the default behavior and simply say, generate the invoice at first, and then sends this invoice in an order confirmation email to the customer by simply adding a send email action. And in the end, this would basically result in the same process as there are right now with the business events. But well, let's say after that you want to check if the order was placed in the context of a marketing campaign, for example, let's call it the Sunday sales, and you want to mark the order for later analytics and follow-up communications. In order to achieve this with the flow builder, at first you have to define a condition, here called the Sunday sales, and if this condition applies, you can choose to add a tag and mark the order with that tag, so that afterwards you are able to filter the orders with this tag and use this for your following marketing evaluation. And now let's assume you have this issue. You are always running out of stock for certain products and need to handle the restocking process. With the flow builder, you can automate the restocking of your product stock. All you have to do is define a rule which checks if the stock is running below a certain threshold, let's say 10 items. And if that's the case, you can tell Shopware to call a webhook to a third-party system. This could be maybe your supplier's shop system, and you can automatically trigger there with this webhook in order to restock the products for you. And basically that's it. With that, you have adapted Shopware to your needs. You have controlled the flow of actions, you have enriched existing data with more information, and you've called an external webhook without writing a single line of code. While those functions already give you a lot of power, they allow you to automate tasks, they allow you to control the status, the process of order status, payment providers, and the generation of documents more closely, and they allow you to gather and enrich your administration with additional data. And especially calling webhooks enables you to basically integrate every modern third-party system. But that is just the beginning. In later stages, we will add more triggers like time-based triggers or callbacks, and as well as many more actions and integrations with third-party systems. So that in the end, think of the rule builder, the flow builder, and our many other tools as a big toolbox, which give you control, more flexibility, and more freedom. The flow builder then allows you to focus on what is important for you and your business. But at first, I would say, let's see what else Daniel can add to our toolbox.
Yeah, thank you, Matthias. So, as discussed today, we have ease and flexibility in our toolbox. And the second pillar I want to talk about with you is how we make shopping experiences outstanding. And one central approach for this is customer experience. So really putting the customer into the center of all considerations and therefore build a brand that the customer can identify with and establish a long-term relationship. And again, let's just see a few examples of what we did alone in the last year to pay for customer experience. So we added, for example, the wishlist functionality, a very popular functionality in the community, so we added it. With it, a customer can go and mark an item as favorite, and so the customer perhaps doesn't want to buy it right away, but save it for later. Also, the restock car functionality is similar. So if a customer fills the cart and leaves the shop for a day, and the customer returns, she will find all the items in the cart. So it's a persistent cart. And also, we added an after-order payment workflow. So if a customer visits your shop and pays with invoice, and later decides that she wants to pay with PayPal, for example, the customer can just go to the Shopware account and select another payment, and then pay with PayPal, and it's done. So there's no emailing and no phone calls involved. The customer can just do what he or she wants. And we did so many more to pay for this goal. We improved the performance of Shopware, so the customer gets the results quicker and snappier. We optimized the search so that you as a merchant have a more fine-grained control about the search results a customer will see. And also we optimized our filters, for example, so that the customer will be informed early if a filter combination is not valid. And another aspect of this are themes. And for me, themes are more than the layer of paint you put on your shop. They are a very important brand building tool for you, and they also establish this relationship so that the customer will not only see your story, but really can immerse into it. So in order to improve on that, we added 2 themes to our professional edition. The first theme is a L theme. It's really light, and the special thing here is that we added a lot of functionality to the header. So if the customer goes he or she can find all information in the header, but there's also a lot of space where you can present your products. And also, it's very contrasty, so it has this nice play with room and contrast. The second theme is our showroom theme. It's really open and wide. And again, it really sets the stage for your product. So if you want to tell a story or if you want to make your product shine, the showroom theme might be the right one for you. It has a lot of space. And again, well, at least for me, it's really minimalistic. It's a touch I really like at the showroom theme. Both themes are available in the professional edition already. But let me be clear, again, we are an open community and you will find many more themes in the community store. So if you're interested in themes, if you want to give your shop a new style, check out the community store. You will find many other themes from other vendors as well. Another very important topic for us is CMS, or our Shopware Shopping Experience Builder. This tool is crucial if you want to tell a story around your brand, if you want to touch the customer. As we heard from Sebastian, for the customer, it's not so important anymore to buy a product somewhere, but also to understand what the brand stands for. The customer wants to identify with you. And all you need to do is to tell your story in a visual way. And of course, our CMS is a tool you can use for that. And of course, we didn't rest on this success, but we added more functionality. So last year, we added the functionality for detail pages. So now you can create the full story. You can create CMS landing pages. You can modify the listings, but you can also use the CMS for the detail page. For me, it's somewhat like the missing link in storytelling, because now you can really tell the story from the beginning to the detail page where the customer will actually decide for a product. We are also about to introduce our publisher. As the CMS become more and more important and you will create more and more CMS elements, it's also important to make sure that they are high quality. And for this, you might want to have something like a draft function, so that you first can create a new template, and then you can check it, and only when it suits your needs, you will put it live. And in future, we have even more planned. We want to make it a full workflow machine for editing workflows. So you can go and say the apprentice can create a draft, then someone from the marketing will review it, will comment on it, they will chat about it. And then if it's done, someone with editing privileges can publish it. And perhaps a tiny feature, but one that I like a lot, is the text snippet feature. So I remember exactly last year, I was sitting here in Schöppingen in the 3rd floor of our tower, and I wanted to create a cloud shop for cameras. And I wanted to be so that every category looks like handcrafted, but actually it's generated automatically from category meta information. And of course, this works with CMS. The CMS is built to do this kind of task. But one tiny thing was missing, and that was that I wanted to create text that included category information, for example, the category title. And that's now possible with this feature. So you might be wondering, okay, the Shopping Experience Builder is an awesome tool for brand building. But what do I do if I have a crazy idea, if I really want to go wild, and if I want to move boundaries for my customers? Let me introduce PWA. PWA is a front end based on our Storefront API, and it's built on Vue.js Storefront. So it's a well-established, well-known technology out there. There are many developers working with it already. And we've been working on it for 2 years. And we built PWA especially to move boundaries in your projects so that you can be really creative and do something unseen. How does it look in the big picture? Of course, we have the Shopware core with all its cart functionality, with the order handling, with the customer handling, and so on. Attached to it is our default Storefront API with the CMS as a powerful brand building tool, basically. And then you can attach PWA to it. It uses or makes use of our API, so it can be used as a replacement frontend if you want so, and you can really be creative here. And then, of course, because Shopware can be used headless, you can attach every other frontend to it if you want to as well. PWA for us comes into play if you really want to move boundaries, if you want to create more interactive web pages, or if you want to perhaps move the boundary between gaming and shopping so that there's a game on your web shop which is actually the shopping experience. Perhaps you are also looking for a sales assistant tool where your B2B sales representative can visit the customer and then help out on their tablet, perhaps take an order, and perhaps even you want to work it offline. And it can be suitable if you have something like a retail store and you want a retail store UI where customers browse on a big display in your store. And at the same time, they want to, for example, scan a product or they want to have a digital mirror around them. That's all cases that you can handle with PWA. And the best thing is, it's not theory anymore. Right now, there are people out there using Shopware PWA to tell their awesome story, to transport a wild and cheeky brand like our customer Vintageria. Or they identified, for example, an extensive product configurator as a core of their business, and they built everything around it, as our customer Volksboden did. So PWA is out there, people are using it, and they are successful with it. So the best part from my perspective, again, from a product perspective and as a tech guy, is that PWA is open source. So we're giving it to the community, people can use it, they can be creative about it, they can extend it. So that's the awesome part in open commerce. Let's see how this works in a real-world example. Take our customer Wortmann Group with its attached brands. Let's say I'm a B2B shoe customer and I want to learn about the next year's shoe collection. So usually I would give my sales rep a call, he would call me back and we would make an appointment, and then perhaps the guy would pack the car with shoes and then visit me 2 weeks later. But how could a solution in 2021 look like? So let's say I'm just texting him, and then it's Matthias again, so he's a kind guy and writes me back, and he will just provide me with a link I can click. Let's see what happens when I click this link. Hi, Matthias.
Hi, Daniel. You wanted to know something more about our products, is that right?
Sure. Can you show us around? I will mute him for now. So Matthias prepared an interactive presentation in Shopware that is now presented me in PWA. He can scroll around, he can show me around, and he can show me the next year's shoe collection. We can see each other, we can talk to each other, and we can discuss, for example, the features of the products. We can also fill my cart together so that if I'm interested in certain colors, for example, we can fill the cart for my next order. And we really can go into deep here. So I can scroll around, he can scroll around, he can also put a highlight somewhere and like get my attention to that point, but we both explore the catalog. And also, of course, he can present items into detail for me. So if I want to learn about a shoe, he can open it up big, and we can, for example, have a 360 view of that very product. We call this functionality guided shopping. And again, I think it's just an idea what you can do with it. It's reality, but again, think about the possibilities, what you can do in your business if you really get in touch with your customers, if you see their feedback, if you learn if they are excited about something you say, or if they are skeptical. So you can really interact with your customers, and just imagine what this can do for your business. 5 years ago, we started with Shopware 5, and it was emotional shopping on any device. It was a big slogan. And for me, PWA and guided shopping are moving this boundary again, because it's not like shopping on any device. It's shopping in your customer's living room, being there where your customer is, and having solutions that fits your customer needs perfectly. Again, Matthias will show us how this works in detail.
Well, yes, actually, as Danny mentioned, guided shopping is a powerful example of how you can create outstanding shopping experiences by combining Shopware PWA with headless and modular technologies. Guided shopping enables you to create a unique shopping and consulting experience for you and your customers by seamlessly connecting video communication with Shopware's shopping experiences. It basically allows you to create interactive presentations and video conferences inside of Shopware. And with this combination, you are able to get directly in touch with your customers and interact with them on a new level, all by using the same tools as you would do in your everyday business. The process to set up a guided shopping session like this is quite straightforward. Once a plugin is set up and the system is running, all you have to do in your everyday business is covered in 3 steps. At first, you need to create your content. This works just as it would do with the shop itself. This can basically be everything Shopware offers you. Simple pages, emotional storytelling content, product listing pages based on dynamic product groups, or product detail pages. You can edit the content, add images, text, everything Shopware offers you, basically. You then combine your layouts to a presentation. Think of your layouts here as single slides of this presentation. But actually, the word presentation is a bit misleading, and on the first glimpse underestimates the capability which guided shopping can offer you in the long run. Presentation sounds quite linear. A guide is presenting something to a passive listening customer, just like an ordinary sales presentation. It's not that simple, of course. A presentation in guided shopping can basically whatever Shopware offers you, and you and the customer can interact with the presentation together in the same session, but also the customer can explore the content on his own. He can pop up more information about a product, add it to his wish list, or put it directly into his cart. Once you have created your presentation then, you can create multiple appointments where you define when and to whom you're going to talk to. And then finally all you have to do is send a link for the appointment to the customers. And that's it. You are ready to go. Of course, in our first version, the setup of guided shopping will require itself a little bit of work in terms of customization and installation. But in your everyday business, that's all you have to do to interact with your customers directly. Answer their questions, highlight your product's features and benefits, and, well, that helps you to better understand your customers' value, their needs and wants, and it helps them to make the right decision. And just one reminder, I suggest that you combine guided shopping with our flow builder and see what this can do to you. But at first, back to Daniel again.
So today we talked about how you as a merchant can outperform your competition and grow. And we talked about 2 principles. The first one is how Shopware makes commerce easy and flexible. And the second is how we make shopping experiences outstanding. We talked about some features today, and I want to show you when they will be available and where. Bulk Edit and Flow Builder will be available with the next release starting from the Community Edition. Dynamic Access will also be available with one of the next release starting from the Professional Edition. And Guided Shopping will be available this year in the Enterprise Edition. If you want to check those features out, I would suggest you go to shopware.com and just hit Getting Started. We will provide you with a cloud shop, and once the features are available, you will get a newsletter and be informed about the new features. At Shopware, we are convinced that in order to outperform your competition and grow, you just need to do one thing, and that is get started now. Let's get back to Sebastian.
Thank you, Daniel and Matthias. As I started in my keynote, it's all about humans. It's about inspiration and collaboration to build together something truly remarkable. We the people, we are one community, and this is our day. We the people build the exceptional. We the people provide outstanding and emotional shopping experiences. And to sum up, we the people know open and collaboration leads to success. We the people have the right platform to take advantage now. And we, the people, grows fast and sustainably, hand in hand with Shopware. We all grow together. And that being said, it has never been a better time for even more growth. And we can't wait to see what you're going to do next. So, thank you, everyone.